Every day, like clockwork, the dog would roam the streets, seeking scraps of food from kind-hearted passersby. It then disappeared into a mysterious underground passage, carrying its precious finds with unwavering determination. The reason behind this peculiar behavior would soon touch the depths of Sarah Black's heart. Sarah's routine walk to work provided a comforting rhythm to her solitary life as an intern. Living just blocks away from her workplace meant she could enjoy the fresh air and peaceful solitude of her surroundings. Despite her love for dogs and her childhood dream of adopting one, Sarah hesitated to bring a pet into her busy life, fearing she wouldn't be able to provide the attention it deserved. Nevertheless, Sarah found joy in befriending the strays she encountered on her daily walks. Among them, a loyal German Shepherd captured her attention with its gentle demeanor and soulful eyes. Little did Sarah know this dog held a secret that would soon change her life in unexpected ways. It wasn't until Sarah had fed the dog a few times that she noticed something peculiar about him. One day, on her way back from work, she stopped by her favorite fast food spot to grab some hot dogs, a treat she often enjoyed. Spotting the German Shepherd, she decided to share a portion of her meal with him. Despite his hungry appearance, the dog seemed joyful and eager to see her. Sarah cut off a piece of the snack to offer him, but instead of devouring it immediately, the dog darted off with the food gripped between his teeth. This behavior repeated itself the next time she fed him, leaving Sarah puzzled. She realized she had never actually seen him eat any of the food she provided. He always ran off for a few minutes and returned empty-handed. Intrigued by the dog's unusual actions, Sarah's curiosity was piqued. She couldn't help but wonder what Rocky, as she later learned his name to be, did with all the food he collected from passersby. Determined to uncover the mystery, Sarah took some time off work one day to investigate Rocky's activities. After speaking with a few shop owners, she discovered that Rocky was a beloved local figure known for his daily visits. He had been showing up for a few months, consistently arriving at the same time each day. Carrying a small bag clenched between his teeth, Rocky would carefully stash it away before embarking on his food-seeking mission. Regardless of the type of food he received, whether it was a piece of chicken or a donut, Rocky collected everything in his little bag until it was full. Then, without fail, he would pick up the bag and vanish until the following day. Intrigued by the mystery surrounding Rocky's actions, Sarah decided to investigate further a couple of weeks after inquiring about him. Choosing a free Saturday for her mission, Sarah packed both dog food for Rocky and human food for herself. According to the street vendors, Rocky always disappeared into an underground passage with his bag of food, but no one knew who or what he was delivering the food to. Sarah waited patiently until it was almost time for Rocky's return to his secret passage before joining him at his usual spot. Offering him a piece of chicken from her lunch, Sarah watched as Rocky placed the meat securely in his teeth and made his way to his nearly full bag. Dropping the chicken into the bag, he picked it up with his sharp teeth. Sarah silently trailed behind him as he headed down the street and vanished into the underground passage, just as she had been told he always did. Despite the dim lighting in the passage, Sarah found herself accompanied by other pedestrians, making her feel less alone. Uncertain of what to expect at the end of Rocky's journey, Sarah's discovery that day surpassed all her expectations. As Sarah ventured further into the tunnel, Rocky unexpectedly veered left into another passageway. This new section of the underground passage was shrouded in darkness, with a damp atmosphere and a distinct sewage odor permeating the air. Sarah hesitated, feeling a wave of regret wash over her for embarking on this impromptu adventure. Despite the discomfort, her curiosity drove her to press on, albeit reluctantly, with a handkerchief pressed to her nose to shield herself from the unpleasant smell. Despite her apprehension, Sarah continued to follow Rocky, convincing herself that she had come too far to turn back now. She was convinced that the answers she sought were just around the corner, urging herself to persevere a little longer. As they progressed, Sarah noticed a glimmer of light at the tunnel's end, gradually intensifying as they drew nearer. It appeared as though someone had built a fire, replacing the foul odor of sewage with the scent of burning wood. Yet, Sarah's resolve wavered once more as she contemplated the implications of discovering Rocky's owner living in such conditions. Feeling intrusive, she contemplated retreating from the light when she heard a faint voice pierce the silence. Frozen in place, Sarah's heart skipped a beat as she strained to discern the source of the sound. "Hello? Is anybody there?" The voice called out, jolting Sarah from her indecision. Sarah, hesitant to look back, reasoned that the darkness concealed her well enough from prying eyes and remained silent. For a brief moment, the tunnel fell into a profound silence, broken only by the sound of Rocky's whines as he bounded towards Sarah, recognizing her familiar presence. Despite the comfort of the dog's company, Sarah remained uncertain about her next course of action. Then, the tiny voice broke the silence once more, pleading for Sarah to step into the light. Assuring her safety, the voice promised not to cause harm. Torn by conflicting emotions, Sarah grappled with the decision but ultimately chose to take a leap of faith. The voice sounded benign, and if this person was indeed Rocky's owner, Sarah reasoned they posed no threat. With tentative steps, Sarah approached the flickering fire, revealing a makeshift tent nestled against the wall. Beneath layers of soiled blankets lay a small boy, his presence leaving Sarah momentarily speechless. The boy introduced himself as Adam, accompanied by his faithful companion Rocky, whom Sarah had already befriended. In a state of bewilderment, Sarah managed to utter her name in response. Adam then answered one of the many questions swirling in her mind, revealing that he and Rocky called this underground passage home. As Rocky retrieved the bag of food, dropping it at Adam's feet, the boy graciously offered Sarah a piece of chicken, extending a gesture of hospitality amidst their unlikely encounter. As Sarah observed Adam and Rocky sharing their meager meal, her heart ached at the sight of their dire circumstances. Adam revealed the heartbreaking tale of how they came to reside in the underground passage. After losing everything when his mother lost her job, they found themselves without a home. Sarah listened in disbelief as Adam recounted how his mother had ventured out in search of employment but never returned, leaving him alone and ill. Moved by compassion, Sarah couldn't bear to leave Adam in such a desolate place. Determined to help, she offered Adam the chance to leave the underground passage. With his consent, Sarah gently lifted him into her arms, with Rocky faithfully by their side. As they emerged from the darkness of the tunnel, Sarah pondered their next steps. Lost in contemplation, Sarah realized that she couldn't simply turn Adam and Rocky over to the authorities. Instead, she made the spontaneous decision to take them in herself. Taking a break from her job, she navigated the bureaucratic hurdles to secure the necessary paperwork for fostering them. In a twist of fate, Sarah not only gained the loyal companion she had always longed for in Rocky, but also found a newfound family in Adam. Together, they embarked on a journey filled with love, compassion, and the promise of brighter days ahead.